Hello and welcome to another edition of The Kickout, the final word in pro wrestling. I am your host, the Wizard CZ. Joining me, my for frequency's sake tag team champion, tag team partner, never wrong Nick Bull. Nick, we're coming off a crown jewel and a good discussion we had on Sunday. How you doing today, man? How you feeling?
You know, I can't complain, CZ. I'm doing great. Anytime we get together and we're able just to sit back and just talk about wrestling and whatever's tripping our trigger in the wrestling world is always a good thing. So glad to be here, and we're glad that you're also a part of the Kickout episode 10. We've been doing this, so yeah, having fun talking wrestling. That's what we're here for. So CZ, what do you want to talk about?
Well, I think coming off of Crown Jewel, I want to talk about what I feel and what a lot of people probably share my sentiments, and that is unnecessary championships, unnecessary titles. In that, guys, I am going to do this. Is it necessary for me to have my replica World Heavyweight Championship belt on my shoulder? Absolutely not. But since that's what we're talking about today, that's what
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is absolutely necessary. And you keep that belt right there.
All right. Hold on. Let me adjust it a little. Let me undo the so that I can get it comfortable. There we go. That's much better. uh,
Carry on with the conversation.
so Crown Jewel presented us with with a unique situation here, and that is the Crown Jewel Championships. Now, I'm not poo-pooing on the belts themselves. They are overly gaudy but gorgeous. Plenty of lots of diamond studded and Australian emeralds and all sorts of shinies all over. But did we really need the titles? I mean, come on.
I'm in the same boat here. Like I'm all, if you want to introduce a new title and it's going to be regularly featured on programming, on PLEs, on social media, we're going to have matches with it. We're going to build something for the title. I'm all for it. But this is just a one-off.
Yeah.
This is a one-off, just like when we had this discussion about talking about this on this show, titles that don't really mean anything. I mean, come on. Have you seen Braun Strowman's belt from winning the greatest Royal Rumble ever with the one with 50 participants? I mean, I haven't seen the belt. I haven't seen that belt since that show.
Exactly.
So when it comes to belts like that, I just kind of roll my eyes and throw my hands up. It's just like, this isn't gonna. It's not a real title. When Triple H made the big announcement, it's for people to tune in and get clicks. I get it. It's advertising. It's getting eyes on your product. But and for the long run and a wrestling fan and looking down the road, that it doesn't mean anything. And when the belts are staying there, it really doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, they can't carry it around and showcase them. I mean, sure, they do get a ring, a big Super Bowl-esque ring that they can show off and showcase, but the belts themselves are staying in Saudi. They are displayed at what is it? The WWE Experience? Is that what it's called?
Yes. Yep. That's one of the. Yep. That's what they have there. You're absolutely right, CZ.
How often are you going to go there?
Yeah, probably never. I don't ever see myself feeling the urge to go to Saudi Arabia and check out these titles. Seeing them at home was good enough for me.
I agree. On that, guys, I can think of a few others. I mean, I can name about 10 of the 500 AEW belts that we don't need.
Yeah.
That's neither here nor there. I mean,
wait. You brought up a point where these, Cody Rhodes, Liv Morgan are going to get a Super Bowl-esque ring to wear around. All right, what do you think about MJF and AEW with the Dynamite Diamond ring? What do you think about that?
I mean,
is that all right? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm on the fence, and here's why. Because it's something that's showcased more than just the one time. MJF carries it around. He wears it almost regularly, and it gets utilized in matches behind the ref's back. I'll counter that. What about the WCW Battle Bowl ring?
Wow. I was taking a drink there. Let me swallow that first. Yeah, fresh in my memory on this one because I vaguely remember it, but you seem to be really excited about it. So I want to hear. I don't know if I remember. I wasn't watching WCW at that time. I've heard about it since, but maybe I need to go back and watch it.
I mean, I want to go back and watch it too. Battle Bowl, trying to remember the concept because it's been quite a while since I've had anything to do with even wanting to watch it. If I'm remembering correctly, it was a tag team tournament, and the winners of the tag team tournament faced each other for the Battle Bowl ring. And I remember DDP being a significant player, in fact, even winning the Battle Bowl ring at one point, and it's showcasing it. But I mean, sure, it was a unique concept, but it didn't last. And I kind of go back to
I did you the favor. I went on Wiki, and I've got the Wiki info here about the Battle Bowl. And according to Wiki, Battle Bowl was a one-time professional wrestling pay-per-view produced by World Championship Wrestling. The show took place on November 20th, 93, Pensacola, Florida. The event featured only the Battle Bowl tournament, where the first round consisted of 8 tag team matches where the teams were drawn at random in a lethal lottery. Members of the winning teams would advance to the Battle Bowl Battle Royal main event. And then the winner of the tournament received a ring.
Was it DDP?
No.
Okay. Enlighten us. Who was the winner of Battle Bowl?
Big Van Vader.
Oh. Interesting.
And he eliminated Sting. It's Sting!
Oh, my.
Yep, it was a 16-man battle royal that Big Van Vader won.
Yeah, and your knowledge of that, you having to wiki that, me having minimal knowledge, but remembering it sticking out in my mind as far as something that was a one-off and not really
right.
I mean, it's like you equated you brought up the Braun Strowman, the greatest Royal Rumble title. Have we ever seen that again? Now, with the Crown Jewel Championships, allegedly this is going to be a yearly thing where the champions of both brands battle each other for that title, for that ring. We'll see.
Time will only tell. You know, it's hard. It's so hard to judge. We're just a few days now removed from this first time happening. So I guess we'll give it a few years and see what we think about after it. But I guess in wrestling, you're so staunch about the titles you already have because you don't want to get watered down. So whenever anything is added that's new, it's kind of not received very well because we've already got this title and this title and this title and this title. We don't want to have too many titles, right? I mean, that seems to be the feeling that I kind of feel when I talk to other wrestling fans.
Yeah, I agree. And I'll bring up a couple of titles that became at least moderately relevant.
Okay.
They were kind of like, I'll go back to Mick Foley being awarded the Hardcore Championship in WWE. It was a joke of a title. it was made to be a joke of a title, but it had legs and it gained traction thanks to the people who held it, particularly Mick Foley.
Now, would you say those same words about the 24-hour champion?
I knew you were going to bring that up.
I like the hardcore title was, you're right, Mick Foley gave it some legitimacy, but like you tuned in to see what they were going to do this week with the hardcore title, with the Falls Count Anywhere type of deal. The match can happen anywhere. It was always something that I think fans tuned in to see what was going to happen next. So it had some traction that way.
And it was part of that era as well, with
was.
ECW being such a huge thing.
It was. ECW had just, closed its doors, was done, and went bankrupt or whatever, however way it ended. And now you were starting to see some of those guys showing up on Monday nights, some of those guys showing up over on Nitro, on TNT, and in WCW. And you were seeing some of those guys, and you were seeing the hardcore aspect of wrestling trickle in. So, that belt's one of them. I talked about the 24-hour championship. I was so over that one from the beginning, but it was a really dumbed down version of the hardcore title, and they just went, I don't know, a little too far for me. I'm glad it's gone, and they don't need that. And now, hey, here's one for you. How about the WWE Speed title?
Oh, man.
When you going to have that replica on your shoulder, CZ?
The second Tuesday of next week.
Uh-huh. If I win the lottery, I'm not going to tell people, but there'll be signs. You'll have a Speed title on your shoulder.
Can I petition for the spinner belt instead?
No, Speed title.
Damn.
I know. I know. Well, hey, we're glad you're with us here on The Kickout. We're, of course, wouldn't be here without our great sponsors. We are powered by Low Pies Pizza. We are built by Durham Remodeling. We're colored by Ryan Allison Tattoo. And we, of course, are protected by Jared Zook of Country Financial. Any closing words, CZ, about any other titles that trip your trigger that were kind of just, we don't need that?
I'm sure there will be more that would come to mind given more time to think about it, but I think we covered the important ones for today, for this era.
I hope so. I hope so. Hey, if we didn't, hit us up on socials. Let us know what meaningless titles can you remember or that are there right now in wrestling. Let us know. Hit us up on our socials. Like, follow, subscribe, leave us a review. We're so happy you found us. We're so glad, whether it's the Kickout, whether it's the Card Subject to Change. What do we have coming up on the next episode of the Card Subject to Change, CZ?
Well, that's a little up in the air because there may be an additional episode later tonight. Still working out the kinks on that, so I'm not going to reveal anything. But on the official next episode of Card Subject to Change, we are welcoming in one Cody Kaiser. He is the Fireweight champion of Zawa Wrestling, and he's going to give us some good deals on some merch. That's okay. His whole thing. He's got a great deal for us.
Okay, I'm all ears. We'll definitely be tuned in. So stay tuned. A possible extra episode this week. We'll update you on socials, of course. But other than that, we hope you have a great week. Enjoy wrestling. Find something, like it, and enjoy it. And, that's what's great about wrestling. For my partner, the Wizard CZ, I am never wrong, Nick Bull. This has been The Kickout, the final word in pro wrestling.
See ya.
This has been a For Frequency's Sake Podcast Network production. For more great content, subscribe to For Frequency's Sake on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter.